Okay. Let me see. Uh-oh. Let me wear this. Microphone is clip. Okay. Let me see if I. hope you see it through. That was loud. Okay, let me see. Okay, it's live. All right, it's live. So, hey y'all, I am MissDreeks, and welcome to Just One Search for MissDreeks. And today, I want to have a conversation with y'all about how God had to show me how He views beauty, and how we have. Well, I ain't gonna speak for everybody, but how I have gotten so far away from understanding who I am in Christ and, just simple beauty. I feel like it's so much pressure around being beautiful, looking your best, buying this, buying that. And y'all, like before the world began, this world that we know, Adam and Eve didn't wear clothes. Okay. They didn't have a need for clothes. So I'm gonna be retwisting my hair today and having the conversation about what God had to show me about beauty. But how is everybody doing? I wonder if I should put. Oh, the camera's good right here. I think the lighting is good. Okay. Let me. I probably need a whole nother. Let me go get another stand. That'll help. Okay. And the baby is sleeping. Y'all, we just came back from vacation. I have so much work to do. It makes no sense at all. Oh, no sense at all. But it'll get done when it can get done, baby. We are in the era of no stress. Okay, so let's see what I gotta do now. Okay, set this up. Hi, how are you doing? Okay, this is good. Okay, let's get the retwisting. Where are you watching from? Give us an update. So, y'all, I like to put this on my dreads or my interlock. This is honestly the only product that I put in my hair during the week, for the exception of my shampoo and conditioner. I like the Aussie. Let me get it. Okay. I like the Aussie Miracle Moist shampoo and conditioner. This one has avocado and jojoba oil in it. And this is the conditioner, you guys, amazing. And then I finish it off with the 3-minute Miracle Moist by Aussie, the detangling deep conditioner. What? So I wash twice with this, and then I combine this conditioner with this deep conditioner and look at my hair. I've only been locked for maybe a year and a half. I chose instant locks. I did them myself, but my new growth is insane. So for about a year and a half, this is how much my hair has grown. Like, what are we saying right now? So if I was to chop this off, this is where my hair would be. And when I lock my hair, this was my entire lock. This is the yeah, you can tell. You can tell where it thins off is where my hair stops. But I just use some really cheap natural lock extensions to create my instant locks. But this is all of my hair right here. But yeah, but I love being locked. I'm 37 years old. I feel like I waited way too long. Okay. I locked my hair in 2020. Oh, last year, 2024. So I think our first son was 6 months old. Not sure. But yo, it has grown a lot. It has grown a lot. It's done so well in a year and a half. And people have this, I don't know why, but people have this stigma around instant locks saying they're not flexible. My hair is wet, by the way. I haven't maintained them or done anything to them. But people have this stigma about instant locks. And it's like, why? My hair is very flexible. It moves, as y'all can see. I did them myself, but I was a hairstylist back in the day, a licensed natural hair and braiding stylist in Houston before. And it was my first time really working with dreadlocks. I had like maintained my cousin's hair for a while, maybe twice back home. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I mean, once a hairstylist, always a hairstylist. Manite, thank you so much. Mini Ant, maybe. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. But I was a hairstylist back in the day. I really didn't have much experience with dreads when I chose to lock my hair. Maybe that's why it took me so long to lock it. But y'all, no complaints. No complaints at all. It looks amazing. But let's get to this hair locking regimen before the baby wakes up. So I have allotted maybe an hour for this live stream. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take me, but we're gonna use the Blue Magic coconut oil hair conditioner to moisturize. And then I'm only gonna use a little bit because there's this stigma about dandruff too and what causes dandruff. Okay, so I have a clinical psychology background and an IT background, not really a scientific background, but it makes sense, right? Wisdom is wisdom. So, dandruff is caused because our hair is actually too oily. And then the oil that sits on the scalp, right, then becomes dry. So, the more you moisturize your hair, and you don't wash it, or it sometimes our scalp produces a lot of oil. That is what creates the dandruff, not that your hair is just super dry. It becomes dry because of the excess oil that is on your scalp or that your scalp is producing. So I tend to not put so much product on my hair, um, because I like to moisturize daily with this coconut oil hair conditioner. And y'all, if you old school like me, or if you're a little older, tipping 40, then you know about this, baby. Okay. But this is the only thing that I put in my hair to manage it. Um, Other than the Aussie Miracle Moist. And it's done really well. Um, I don't plan on changing my regimen unless it's some um better products out there. But for now, this is what is working. So for you guys who are looking to grow your hair, not sure if you're locked or you have natural hair or you just want to try something new, I would start there. I would definitely consider instant locks if you don't want to go through the awkward phase of growing out your hair. It can be a little awkward having short hair sometimes, but to be honest, I would not have minded it if I would have realized how freeing dreadlocks can really be. I, I literally almost combined dreads and locks, but drops. Okay, like Crocs. But I'm so proud of myself for actually sticking with it because I just stepped out on faith and locked my hair. I had no idea whether I was gonna lock it or not, like it or not. But no pun intended. I had no idea. I had no idea if I was gonna lock it or not. Okay, that was corny stuff. But y'all understand what I'm saying. Y'all understand what I'm saying. But that is what we have going on. So scalp is moisturized. Okay. Now let me get my interlocking tool. I use this little cheap interlocking tool. I think it may have come with like 14 or 15 of them. Not really sure. But um that's the only thing I use, honestly. And I really don't even need a front or back mirror. I have a three-way mirror, but I really don't even need it. So let me start really quick with the front and then we'll work our way back. So I just locked or retwisted my hair Saturday, Sunday. I think Sunday. So maybe 3 days ago. So it doesn't need much, but I'm just gonna get the little scraggly ends and put them into the locks. And then yeah. But I don't twist my hair. I interlock my hair. And I think I'll have managed to retain a lot of length that way because I don't really need to sit under a hair dryer. I don't need any clips to hold it. I can just interlock, twist, and go. But I'm just grabbing this new growth around the edges. And yeah, we need some music. Let me see. See if I can get us some music so I can work a little faster. Okay. And the baby is sleeping, so I can't play it super loud, but let me get some music. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. But how is everybody doing? Okay. So I normally start at the front center on the left side of my head and work like this. I'm probably need to put this let me move it. Whoa. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm still here. All right. All right. This is probably a whole lot better. Okay. Hi, how you doing? I'm just sitting here. Ouch, that hurts. This goes well. So I don't need to interlock these because okay, maybe this one. Let's see. I probably can interlock this one. Okay. I love having dreads. OMG. Why did I wait so long? What, 35 years? 30, something like that. I don't need to like this one. It's pretty tight. So, hi, Ogas. Nitas. I am just one touch by MissDreeks here talking about faith and beauty and locking my hair. So, I am your favorite girly glam sis, just in faith. And this rediscovering who I am as a married mom on a mission and really being super, super, super busy. I had this channel years and years and years ago, and I deleted all of the content off of the channel. I was in the military and I deleted all of the content off of the channel to rebrand myself. Now as a married mom, life is different, beauty is different. My time is different. I don't have the time I once had, to put into my look. Most of my time is spent, with household duties, taking care of my husband, taking care of the kids, taking care of our businesses behind the scenes. So I don't have the time I once had, but I still want to be beautiful. I still want to represent God in the best way that I can. So that is who I am. Thank you so much for being here. Who are you? This one can get twisted. Well, I say twisted, but interlocked. So I like to wrap this hair around first, get that new growth, and then do a little twist. Ooh, it might be a little tight. Y'all, I have learned to not twist my hair at night. Mm-mm. To have a headache right before bed is a no-no. Y'all already know. If y'all are like familiar with getting braids or natural hair styles, protective styles, anything like that, dread retwist, don't get your hair done at night, baby. Okay? Or take some Tylenol or something so you go to sleep. But I'm not advertising medication. I'm just putting it out there that 9 times out of 10, you might have a headache. So I'm not going to over twist. I'm locking for length and for beauty and for ease and freedom. So that is why you see me working so fast. And I just locked, I keep saying locked, but I'm using the interlocking method using this tool. But y'all understand what I'm saying. I just retwisted my hair, I think Sunday. Today's Wednesday, so Monday, Tuesday. Okay. 2 days ago, I washed it and everything. We just came back from vacation. We had an amazing time. We went to Honduras. We went to Cozumel, Costa Maya. It was so amazing to just be free, not having to worry about my hair, not having to worry about if it got wet, not having to worry about oh, what am I gonna do now? My hair is ruined. I didn't have to worry about any of that. And I love that about being locked. I absolutely love that. Which is one of the main reasons why I chose to lock my hair in the first place for the freedom. I spent most of my life being relaxed and I had a Q&A sticker, ketchup fridge or pantry. I had a Q&A sticker. Oh, I guess I could, huh? Um, not ketchup. Oh, I have a question. Um, I have a question. Wait. Okay. So look at this, y'all. Okay. So what's your preference? Locks or instant locks? Maybe I should put it up here. Can I? Yeah, I can. Okay. Okay, it's going well. Let me peep at the baby. Okay, the baby's still sleeping, y'all. Oh, these edges, this gray right here. But I love gray hair. I love when I see ladies, the seasoned ladies, the elderly ladies, the ladies of wisdom with full heads of gray. Oh, it just yeah, it does something to me. I'm like, OMG, like, girl. I always have to say, I don't say girl, but I always have to say, ma'am, your hair is so beautiful. I love full heads of gray hair. It is so beautiful. I also like the salt and pepper vibe too. I feel like the salt and pepper vibe is special. It's different. But yeah, no. That's just me. Some ladies, they don't even like their gray hair. I'm like, oh, if you could just see yourself through my eyes. You're so beautiful. I was complimenting so many women on our cruise to the Caribbean who had full heads of gray. So beautiful. Like, ma'am, you don't even know how beautiful you are. Yeah, that's the thing about beauty. I feel like we spend so much time trying to be beautiful or trying to convince other people that we're beautiful when, baby, guess what? If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, it's not even that you have to believe you're beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I feel like it's more beautiful for a woman to treat not just a woman, because this channel is not just women, but I feel like it's more beautiful for us to treat people the right way than for us to look our best. Because we don't want to be beautiful outwardly and be tormenting people. That's not cool. That's not nice. But you know, that's the world standard. But we have to reverse that. We definitely do. But how are y'all? What do you prefer, locks or instant locks? Tell me what you prefer. Oh, y'all, this one need a retwist. So I like to find the direction that I twisted last. It looks like I turned it, so I need to go under. So it looks like I went this way last time, so now I need to go under the dread. Ooh wee. Okay. Okay, that was easy. And it's not super tight. That's good. Thank y'all for liking the live stream. That means a lot. So, yeah, this is my first live stream back on this channel in years. Years. I was on a journey of almost monetizing this channel and I just completely stopped posting on it. I wasn't locked at the time. Oh, this one might hurt a little bit. Oh, because this end. Oh, oh, come through, mama. You can do it. Oh, I might have to put this one back out. Wait. Yeah, I'll be having a wiggle action. Okay. We got it through. I gotta move fast because the baby is sleeping. But while I had this channel when I was in the military, I wasn't locked. I wish I would have been. Right as I was getting out of the military, they approved. Could you have locks? I don't even remember. I think I think they approved locks. Something. They were going through some type of beauty standard changes for the military. I think you could have locks when I was in the military. I don't even remember. But I know they had to be a certain length because your bun had to be a certain length. And then right as I was getting out, they normalized having ponytails. So women could have ponytails and nail color, like nail polish on their nails and lip gloss. And they started implementing all of these new beauty changes so that more people would be tempted to join. But I said, "Oh, baby, thank y'all for the changes, but I have to see what else God has for me." What is up, you guys? Do y'all prefer instant locks or regular dreadlocks? What's your preference? Hi, I'm from Houston, Texas. Well, I'm not from Houston. Okay, let me clarify. I'm from Louisiana. I'm born and raised. And then I moved to Houston, Texas years ago for grad school. And I loved it because we would always run track here when I was in college. And then I stayed here 7 years, endured but survived police brutality. I ran off to the military trying to forget who I was, and God said, "No, ma'am." Okay, and then I got out of the military and I came to Houston, Texas, to find my awesome husband, and now we have two boys. So I'm not from Houston. We're based in Houston. And this channel, we do hair, skin, and nails over here, not just for women, but for the whole family. So I'm really, really, really excited to show you guys my journey of rediscovering who I am as a married mom on a mission because life is not easy. Okay. Life is not easy, but we have faith, right? We believe that at the end of the day, God knows exactly what He's doing in our lives. And all we have to do is trust in His plan. So, um, I'm retwisting my hair. I just finished the front. I'm about to do the back. I'm going to show you guys that. I have a hangnail, so that's why I stopped. Y'all can see that. um. Oh, hi. Okay, love from India. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all, I'm not sure why or how, but we have a big support base from India. Thank you so much. So this is not our only channel. We actually have 6 other businesses and brands that we're operating from. But yeah, I do know Akon. I think I forget what country Akon is from. But yeah. So y'all, I'm really excited about this channel because thank you for bringing up Akon too. Because not only will we be exploring beauty standards, right? And what God wants for us, how He wants us to look, how we should carry ourselves as women, as believers, as husbands, as wives, as children, as business owners, but also like who we are, like who we are, where we come from. So self discovery is definitely going to be heavy on this channel. That is my plan. I know I don't have any videos on the channel yet, but just stay tuned. So if you are liking this style of content, definitely subscribe to the channel and invite a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that we're going to be having some really interesting conversations. If not on this channel, every day somewhere else. So that's the beauty in our businesses and our brands. We have been charged by God to go live daily, and that is what we will do. So on Mondays, we'll be live on our anchor business, on our main business, Rocher Friendship Breeders, and all of the channels are in the on the page. I probably should put them in the description. That would be fire too. But all of the channels are on the page. No problem. Aroma Call. I hope I'm saying your name right, but no problem at all. Thank you so much for stopping by. But Mondays we'll be on Rocher and Frenchie Breeders talking about faith and business. We breed little Frenchie babies. And we have been very successful in the first year of our business doing that. And then Tuesdays, we will be on the MissDreeks channel, not the Just One Touch for MissDreeks, but the MissDreeks channel. Giving you guys faith in action and motherhood. Well, excuse me, marriage and motherhood. Marriage is first, motherhood is second, right? Faith first, always, and then family. And then on Wednesdays, we'll be here for Just One Touch by MissDreeks, and that'll be faith and beauty and exploring, ourselves and how to represent God in the best way possible. And then, oh y'all, I'm getting a little tender over here. And then on Thursdays, we will be on our RFB Paw Prints channel. That is our shorts only channel here on YouTube. And that would be faith and transformation, like quick bursts of motivation, inspiration, all things like that regarding our business and the plans that God has for us, just in short form content. And then on Fridays, we will be on the RFB Custom Prints channel, showing faith and fashion and how we are running our own DIY fashion DTF custom t-shirt business from home with 2 kids and 4 dogs. And then on Saturdays, we will be over on Trust and Assure for fun family adventure and showing how you can raise your children in a God-fearing way in a very chaotic world and society. So we just took them on a 7-night, 8-day adventure to the Western Caribbean. We enjoyed our cruise. We had so much fun. And we are actually releasing those videos from our travel series now. Actually, two of the episodes have already been released. Well, one prelude, one full episode. And then Saturday, we're planning to release episode 2 of our Fun at Sea series. And then Sundays, y'all can catch my husband on TikTok for his live showing you faith and fatherhood. So I'm excited. I'm really, really, really excited for what God is doing because, yeah, I was stressing out about why I can't lock this one. I want to lock it so bad, but I can't. If I don't have a finger, I can't do it. It'll hurt for the rest of the day and 2 days after. But I'm super excited about what God is doing. I was struggling in my mind so bad trying to figure out how we were going to run these businesses and share our interests with the world with 2 kids, ouch, and still having to take care of each other, still having to take care of our household, our businesses, and ourselves. And I just received clarity on that. So I'm excited. Really, really, really excited. Okay, y'all, it's getting a little hectic. So I might have to feel my way through this one. Okay. But I'm still here with y'all. Okay. Front hair to the front, untwist the hair to the back. I don't think I have to retwist any, but let's see. Okay. Okay. As long as y'all can see. Y'all tell me if y'all can. Okay, y'all can see. Okay, so let's start from the top. So I just grab. Okay. I just grab and twist and then put it to the front. Okay. I feel through, part with my finger. feel through part with my finger, and then put it to the front when I'm finished. Okay. So we'll do a little crossover like this. Okay. All right. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Let me know. I think y'all can see. Okay. I can feel my parts pretty good. Okay. I don't think I have to retwist any of these. Thank you so much for liking the live stream. Okay, let's see. Oh, but y'all, it is not easy. If the baby was asleep, I don't even know if I would be able to do this, to be honest. Do you prefer instant locks or regular locks? Let me know in the comments below. Also, tell me what you think God's beauty standard is for us. Because I used to think so differently about how how God how God looks at us. And now I can see clearly. He doesn't like complexity. he likes simplicity. So all of these standards we have put on ourselves are inaccurate and they're not based in truth. There are so many things I want to talk about on this channel. So many things I want to shed light on because we put so much pressure on ourselves to look a certain way. Of course, we want to be presentable, right? We want to look our best, but we don't have to go broke trying to do it. There's a white a white there's a right and wrong way to do everything, but we want to do things God's way. Yeah, I'm almost finished. I don't know how many dreads I have. I'm gonna have to count my dreads because I am planning to um combine some of them once I cut the extensions off next year. That's the plan. God says the same. Okay, I'm feeling starting to feel a lot of new growth back here. The back doesn't really get retwisted much, especially the nape of my neck. I want to retwist this one, but I know it will hurt if I do, so I'm just gonna leave it. So my hair is softer in the back. That's also why the dreads are a little bigger toward the back. And my scalp is so sensitive. So yeah, I can't have my hair twisted down to the T like everybody else. My scalp is very, very, very sensitive. I've been like that since a child. I used to hate getting my hair braided. And then I became a hair braiding stylist myself. But I was gentle with my clients though. And I had a lot of kid clients, and their parents would always tell me how gentle I was with their kids, which it took more time, but we want to grow hair and not, lose it because of tight braids or tight styles. But I'm excited for y'all to meet my husband. For those of you who are watching for the first time, he's bald. So I am excited to show you his, you know, manly beauty routine. Not well, I don't know if that would be called beauty, right? But his masculine maintenance routine. And then the boys, they have different hair textures right now. Our first son, Trust, is 2. He has what looks like 4B hair. He has really tight coils. So I'm excited for y'all to meet him and how we maintain his hair. Right now, he has his top curly. We've been growing it for 2 years. We haven't cut it. And then he has his sides shaved. So we don't shave. We don't shave it. We're trying to figure out how we're going to maintain it. We've been using some hair removal cream, but we're not sure if we're going to continue to do that. But y'all definitely stay tuned for that. I don't know if we'll be able to do it live, but I'm excited to have y'all meet my husband and the boys. And then, I have one more. Okay, that one doesn't need maintenance. Let's see. No, it really doesn't. But I'm excited for y'all to meet the boys. Oh, thank you, babe. Yes, that is absolutely true. My husband said people look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. That is absolutely true, babe. Thank you so much for sharing that testimony and that truth, because that's so true. People do look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So when you first meet a person, yeah, the first thing you're going to do is judge them. And we're all guilty of it. But the first thing, let me not speak for everybody. I'm gonna just speak for myself. When I first meet a person, the first thing I'm gonna do is look at, okay, well, I might look at what they're wearing, look at how their hair is, look at how they carry themselves, but you don't know a person's heart. So that's why the Bible tells us to not judge, because we don't know people's heart. We don't know their motives. We don't know their intentions. We can assume, right? But sometimes we assume improperly, and that's so not right. And it took me so long to realize what God meant about don't judge unless you be judged. I did not understand that. I really didn't understand that. And thank you, babe, for saying that people look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart, because God doesn't want us to judge people, right? Because we cannot look at someone's heart. We cannot peek inside of someone's soul and understand who they are as people and know what their intentions are, and how they love God, or if they don't love God. We can't see that, right? We can't physically see that. And I used to confuse discernment with judgment, right? You need to discern a person's spirit. That's very important. You need to know the types of people that you're around based on their character. Because the Bible also tells us to try the spirit by the spirit, or test the spirit. And one of the ways that you can test the spirit, right? No different than in life, you can test the spirit to see if someone has a lack of control, right? If someone is not patient. I'm still working on my patience. Lord help me. My husband will definitely tell you I am, working on being more patient as a married mom on a mission in life and in business. If a person is like lacks self-control in their finances, or in drunkenness, or in idolatry, or in adultery, all of those things are very important for us to know, because clean clothes, right? Clean clothes want to stay clean. We don't want to mix clean clothes with dirty clothes. And we are not judging people, because we don't know at what point God is going to meet them and save them and transformed their lives, no different than us, right? We didn't know when that day would come for us, right? But it happened, thank God. And if you don't know God, I hope after watching today's live stream, you will get to know him or you will see him more clearly in your life. But I'm saying all of that to say we don't judge people and determine who's going to heaven and who's going to hell. That's incorrect, right? And that's not based in truth. But what we do is discern their spirits. We do discern if, okay, is this person a clean person, meaning like, is this person going to weigh me down, tear me down, pull me away from God, cause me to sin or fall into sin, then maybe I should have put distance between me and that person, because the Bible also tells us that any man who, I wish I had another, oh, I do have another phone. Look at that. But the Bible tells us that if your foot calls you to sin, cut it off. Because even if our foot makes us stumble and fall, baby, it's not worth us going to hell over. Okay, it's not worth us going to hell over. So some relationships we do have to cut off because it's not worth it. I'm trying to find the scripture verbatim that says if you're let me put foot. Oh, found it. Matthew 18:8. It says, if your hand or foot causes you to sin, cut it off and cast it from you. It is better for you to enter into life lame, meaning can't walk, or maimed, okay, with one foot, rather than having two hands or 2 feet to be cast into the everlasting fire. Yeah, sometimes those old relationships, those toxic influences, we have to cut them off. If they're pulling us away from God, if they're causing us to not see the light or become dark, it's time to let it go. Okay, so my husband over at Trust and Assured Adventure said to God, beauty equals your character, kindness, faith, and love. Babe, don't make me cry. I never realized that before. Oh man. Y'all, I'm in here trying to do my hair and my husband is just tearing me up right now. No, that's so true. That's so true. Man, that's so true. Let me take a screenshot of it. My husband, to God, beauty equals your character, your kindness, your faith, and your love. And that's so true. That is so true. So all that we do to look beautiful on the outside for men, because what we do on the outside is not for God, it's for men. It's not for him, it's for men. Of course, being tasteful, women being covered and representing him in the best way, our husbands in the best way. That's for him. But in terms of I guess trying to look our best, that's for other people. That's not for us. Because when God created, the heavens and the earth, and he put us on earth, we didn't need clothes. We didn't need makeup. We didn't have clothes. Okay. We didn't even know it was clothes to put on. So we were naked, right? We didn't need maintenance. Our hair didn't need maintenance. The only charge we were given is to be fruitful and multiply and take care of the earth. And he told men to have dominion over the earth. So yeah, we didn't need. I really wish I could have seen what hair looked like back in the day, like how people just were carefree. I know Samson in the Bible had 7 dreadlocks, so dreadlocks are actually biblical. So I know my husband is watching. We like to dissect the Bible and have these conversations about, beauty standards and how God wants men to look, how God wants women to look, how God wants children to look, and everything like that. And certain religions who have fallen short of faith, who are not based in truth or grounded in truth, have these stigmas around certain hairstyles or certain looks. But y'all, dreadlocks are in the Bible. It's biblical. So if the strongest man in the Bible was Samson, who had seven dreadlocks, and when he was tempted by a woman who then cut his dreadlocks off, then he became weak because he disobeyed God, right? He disobeyed God because he told the lady who was trying to manipulate him where his power and his strength came from, and that the power and his strength was in his obedience to God, and how the length of his hair, like his obedience and being completely devoted to God with his outward appearance, with his I guess the rituals and the way that they brought up godly children and men back in the day. And once he told her that his secret, everybody was trying to figure out his secret. Nobody knew his secret was in his hair. They were trying to figure it out. They were trying to manipulate him. They tied him up and everything, and they could not figure it out until a woman came along, y'all. That's why us as women, I tell my husband this all of the time, babe. If I'm wrong, please tell me I'm wrong. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. Baby, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I said something improperly, correct me, please. I am not too high and mighty that I can't be corrected. I want to be corrected. Let me know when I'm out of the way. Let me know when I'm being disrespectful. Let me know when I said something that I shouldn't say. Let me know when I'm not being patient. Let me know when I'm not being loving, when I'm not being kind, when I'm not being mindful of God and his presence. Please let me know. Mm-mm. Baby, if the hand or the foot causing you to sin, cut it off. Mm-mm. Let me know. Okay. Let me know if I'm being a distraction. Let me know. But I want to go to this passage in the Bible about Samson, y'all, and how it was in Judges 15. It started in 13, but is looking like it ended in Judges 16. So 3 chapters covering Samson and how, y'all, he fell to the temptation of a lady. We got to do better, women. Oh, we got to do better. Mm-mm. Y'all, man. Yo, baby, that could be a lie for a whole nother day because we have 8 minutes before, no, 7 now, 7 minutes before we lock up. Okay. Lock the live up. But let me go to it. Judges 13, Judges 15. Let's go to Judges 15 real quick. Because the story of Samson, it just blew my mind. Okay. Judges 15. I have my Bible right here. Okay. And it's about Samson defeating the Philistines. And then it goes into, oh, wait. Did I go so far? Wait, is that when God restored him? Wait, I want the story when Samson was tempted by the lady and they cut his hair. Let me see. Yeah, wait. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Oh, I found it. It's 16. Okay, I found it. Okay, it's 16. It's Judges 16. Okay, so look at this, y'all. Look at this. I was too early. Okay, it's about Samson and Delilah. So basically, verse 10, it says, Then Delilah said to Samson, Look, you have mocked me and told me lies. Now, please tell me what you may be bound with. So he said to her, If they bind me securely with new ropes that have never been used, then I shall become weak and be like any other man. I think he was lying to her. Then in verse 12, it says, Therefore Delilah took new ropes and bound him with them and said to him, The Philistines are upon you, Samson. And men were lying in wait, staying in the room. But he broke them off his arms like a thread. Delilah, verse 13, Delilah said to Samson, Until now you have mocked me and told me lies. Tell me what you may be bound with. And he said to her, If you weave the 7 locks of my head, okay, this is true. I'm not making this up. Locks are in the Bible. They're biblical. It says, so he told Delilah, if you weave the 7 locks of my head into the womb, into the web of the loom, so she wove it tightly with the batten of the loom and said to him, The Philistines are upon you, Samson. And he awoke from his sleep and pulled out the batten and the web from the loom. Basically, he got free. So he was trying to deceive her because he didn't want to tell her where his strength came from. And it came from his hair. Well, his obedience to God in not cutting his hair. And verse 15 says, Then she said to him, How can I say no, she said to him, how can you say I love you to her when your heart is not with me? Meaning you're not telling me what I want you to tell me, right? I'm trying to deceive you, Samson. You're not telling me what I want you to tell me about your strength. But so how can you say that you love me and you're not telling me what I need you to tell me so that I can deceive you? That's how, y'all, that's how people be. That's how people be. My baby said Delilah. That's how people be. Why you want me to tell you everything about my life so that you can go and deceive me? Y'all, listen, we gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it. Okay. So going back to 15. Then she said to him, How can you say I love you when your heart is not with me? You have mocked me these 3 times and have not told me where your great strength lies. And it came to pass when she pestered him daily, y'all, we could be nagging. Oh, we could be nagging. My husband will tell you, oh, when I want to know something, when I feel like something ain't right, I'll be like, babe, what's wrong? Babe, what's wrong? Babe, something wrong. Babe, what's wrong? Babe, what's wrong? Babe, I know something wrong. Tell me what's wrong. And my husband will be like every single time, babe, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Even if something is good, I mean, even if something is not right, if he's not ready to talk about it, he's not going to want to talk about it. But I want him to talk about it. So I'm going to pester him. Okay. That's what it says that Delilah was doing to Samson. And then, okay, so verse 16 it says, And it came to pass when she pestered him daily with her words and pressed him so that his soul was vexed to death. Not the word vexed in the Bible, not women vexing men to death. So this has been going on since the beginning of time. Because Judges is in the Old Testament, meaning Judges came before the New Testament, meaning what everything that's happening right now in the Old Testament was before Christ. So, hey, my baby, come here. Hey, my big boy is here. Yeah, yeah, my big boy is here. Oh, you want to get down? Okay. Okay, so look, y'all, my big boy just wanted to come say hey. He heard his mom. Okay, so look, verse 16. It said, and it came to pass when she pestered him daily with her words and pressed him. Not us pestering and pressing. Women know, boy, we know we could cut up bad. Okay. So that his soul was vexed to death. Verse 17, that he told her all his heart and said to her, No razor has, oh, hold on. Let's go back to verse 17. It says, Because she pressed him and she pestered him to death, she vexed him to death. He said, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. I have to tell this lady where my strength comes from because she's not going to stop. But that's why, y'all, we gotta be, listen, y'all, we gotta be better. We got to be better because we be tearing these men up and tearing their lives up and don't even know. Okay. It happens in the reverse too, but we talking about Delilah and Samson right now. All right. So he was pestered, pressed, and vexed to death. And then he opened up and told her all his heart and said to her, "No razor has ever come upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite to God from my mother's womb." So before his mom even had him, right? Samson has a very strong bloodline. I wish I had time to go deep into that story, not today though. But Samson has a very deep bloodline rooted in truth. And from pregnancy, he was groomed to be like this. So God had a very, very, very strong call on Samson's life, even before he came into the world. And it says, "If I am shaven, meaning if I cut my hair, then my strength will leave me and I shall become weak and be like any other man." Thank you. Thank you, babe. Babe said, Delilah was a woman from the valley of Sorek. The Philistine rulers offered her money to find out the secret of Samson's strength. She didn't love Samson. She wanted the reward. Babe, babe, so you just gonna bust out like that today? You just gonna bust out like that today? Babe, listen. Babe, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for even interacting with the live stream today and providing clarity and truth and giving a history lesson. I love this. I love this. We have to do more of this. So, y'all, no, Delilah didn't love Samson. No, she wanted the money. She wanted the money. And the Bible tells us that we cannot worship God and mammon, meaning money. So you got to choose. You have to choose. The Bible also tells us that the root of evil is founded in the love of money, not money, right? We need resources to live. We need resources to eat. We need resources to take care of our families and to leave an inheritance for our children. That is biblical, that is found in truth. But to have the love of money, meaning that you have chosen money over God, right? We don't want to do that. So Samson fell to the temptation of Delilah, who was motivated by money, just like Judas was motivated by money to betray Jesus. Just like some of us have been motivated by money to hurt other people. And so thankful that God has already forgiven us. But also, like other people have been motivated by money to hurt us. Just like in the beauty world, we've been motivated by money to buy all of these products that don't work. Okay. So that's why it's important for channels like this to review these products, to test out these products, to tell you what does work. Okay. Our business is in alignment now. Now that we can receive free samples. So we will be doing some sponsored content here soon and maybe doing some giveaways if God says the same. I'm super excited about that. But going back to Delilah and Samson. Okay, so he told her where his strength comes from, y'all. He told her he was vexed to death. Okay. So we vexed the man to death and he got tired. So he told her. And then she said, "Oh, aha. He finally told me. So now I can go forward with my plan." Okay. Since he has revealed to me who he is in God, I can go forward with my plan. Verse 18 says, "When Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, 'Come up once more, for he has told me all his heart.' So the lords of the Philistines came up to her and brought the money in their hand." Wow. All of that for money. Then she lulled him to sleep on her knees and called for a man and had him shave off the 7 locks of his head. Then she began to torment him, and his strength left him. You have to watch who plays in your hair. I'm getting chills. You have to watch who plays in your hair. You have to watch who gets in your head. Everybody who touches you is not for you. Everybody who says they love you might not love you. That's why we need to walk in obedience because Samson knew better than that. And then verse 20 says, and she said, the Philistines are upon you, Samson. And he awoke from his sleep and said, I will go out as before at other times and shake myself free. Baby. But he did not know that the Lord had departed from him. So God was in his locks, his obedience. Then the Philistines took him and put out his eyes. They took out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza. They bound him with bronze fetters, and he became a grinder in the prison. However, the hair of his head began to grow again after it had been shaven. Yeah. And it goes into how Samson passed away with the Philistines, and um, just a treacherous story. But at the end, he did call out to God, and he did ask God to forgive him and to help him. And unfortunately, due to his disobedience and him speaking his truth to the wrong person, it ended his life. So, y'all, we got to be careful with that. Okay. We have to be careful with that. We have to understand that we have calls on our lives. And yes, God wants us to be beautiful. Our strength is found in our beauty, right? And when we disgrace God, when we sabotage the strength that God has given us, we're gonna die at the hands of it. So I hope you learned something today. I learned a lot today. I am maybe 6 minutes over my time, but y'all, we locked my hair today, or we did a lock maintenance, a retwist on my hair. We talked about God's beauty standards. My husband was so kind and so loving to provide some backstory and some truth on how God looks at the heart, but people look at the outward appearance. Thank you, babe, so much for that. We had someone from India stop by. Thank you so much for stopping by, spending some time with us, and subscribing to the channel, and also saying that you will catch us on another live stream. We talked about Samson and Delilah and how deception literally can ruin your life and end your life, and how obedience is definitely better than sacrifice. So I'll leave you guys with this. For a while now, actually, I have been on this journey of trying to find truth, trying to discover who I am in Christ, trying to have God teach me how to love Him, how to be a wife, how to be a mom, how to be a businesswoman, but how to keep Him at the forefront of my mind. And today, I feel like I have more clarity. I feel like today I found myself more devoted to God and how He wants me to look for Him and not for people, right? So being obedient to the things that God has told me to put in my hair. He has specifically told me what He wants me to do with my look, right? As a woman of God, as a digital disciple, I need to be covered up. Even though I'm wearing our brand, we make custom apparel. I need to be covered up, right? I'm a digital disciple. I am walking in truth. I am talking about the goodness of God and how the same old story is literally the same good news, right? Whether that's in life, in business, in marriage, in motherhood, or in beauty, fashion, fun, family, or fitness, finances. In every arena of life, we need to represent Him in the best way possible. And I'm so happy that we were able to end today with Samson and Delilah because, for a while, I was told that locks were not godly. And yeah, we gotta stop. But the baby just woke up. I love you guys so much. I enjoyed today's live stream. If you want to see more live streams like this, or even conversations on faith and beauty over here at Just Don't Touch by MissDreeks, definitely stay tuned. Okay, until next time. I love you, Ron. See you soon.